Welcome to the Chit Chat. This week we'll be talking about video games, or we'll be talking about movies, or we'll be talking about both.
I became so depressed, I actually thought about quitting my job as a film critic, feeling as though the movies had abandoned me, because what I was seeing there really wasn't a movie. It was some sort of strange concoction of really this someone who didn't understand what movies were all about.
This is nonsense.
Welcome to the Chit Chat. This is Trae Price. Joining me is a good friend of mine, my brother. He's my family. You know, I guess all these people that come on my shows, they're my family. But this man has been through my side for the last 3 years doing the most craziest things. This is Mr. Shakis Moore. Say hello, Mr. Moore.
What's going on, everyone, no one, and everything in between?
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, look at you with your silky smooth voice.
Oh, you already know, baby.
Okay.
It's just another time.
Oh Lord, don't do this in my ears. see, you don't have headphones, so you can't hear how silky smooth. Girl, ladies, men, hide your ladies. Mothers, hide your daughters. Daughters, hide your milswankers.
Nah, we can't be doing that.
I mean,
can't be making an enemy out of the world.
Can't be making an enemy out the world. I feel you. Sometimes it be like that. Shakis, welcome to the Chit Chat, man. This is the intercultural Timewasters production 1200. This is Entertainment 720s. That's the name of our umbrella company. That's right, people. I'm unveiling it right now. This is the name of our umbrella company, Entertainment 720. And this is the 720 podcast, where it's just there's members of Timewasters, members of Production 1200, you know, hobos on the street.
1200.
Exactly.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on. It's great. It's great working together. Again, doing like fucking podcasts and shit. We haven't done anything like that in a while.
We haven't, man. I remember the first time I've had you on a podcast. Actually, it was so long ago. We were talking about we were reviewing. This is like the old school. So people, if you haven't heard like before, I probably said it during the last podcast. We used to do podcasts before, and more regularly, and there was a lot more hosts, more variety and things. But you know, time happens, and it falls back down to one. But we used to review a lot of anime back in those days, and I had like a rotating cast of people that I reviewed anime with. I had you, I had Shy, Mo, and I even had Nehemiah on a couple of episodes too. And then when I had you on, we reviewed Gate, I believe it was.
Yeah, I'd only seen. I still haven't even finished it.
You didn't even finish it?
Still haven't even finished it.
Man.
It didn't tickle my fancy.
Yeah, I remember we did not agree on that show at all because I liked it. I really did. I still do. Actually,
I'll give it another chance. It's been a while. I've been looking at things recently where it's like I ain't really fuck with that, or I ain't really like that. Let me reevaluate it with this new set of eyes and ears that I'm developing here.
That's right. Because as you are a person, like the us of then is different than the us of now.
Yeah, I killed the old me, dog.
Okay, this went dark. I was trying to be all philosophical, and I murdered him.
Oh well, let me do it. Like he went into a cocoon and did the whole metamorphosis thing. Now I'm here.
Okay, so you went one from dark, and then you went over complicated National Geographic documentary.
It's just butterflies, dog.
I mean, it is butterflies, but look, your metaphor was long. That's all I'm saying.
You know
if
what?
you don't know Shakis, he goes the long way around on things. That's how he roll.
And you know what? That helps when we have to write papers.
That does help because Trae does not do that at all. He doesn't explain. But what I'll explain today is what our show is about. Our show today, actually, because you know, even though you are a video game guy, we don't just talk about video games on the show. We talk about all types of popular culture or just conversational type things. And I was thinking a while back, I was thinking about movies and video games and together at the same time. And I was thinking about how there are some movies that are better video game adaptations than the video game adaptations that we have now. Because sort of like how manga in Japan have a horrible reputation of making horrible movies, video games in America still hasn't found their footing as an actual in the film industry, as it were. Not like how comic books have now become the eau de jour to make out there, you know.
Comics, I never would have thought growing up. I didn't really get to read a lot of comics, but to see, the MCU, DC trying out here on the main screen, bringing in tons of money, and everyone's, trying to emulate them in their model. And I never thought that would be a thing, and now it's like, oh, what's the next step? What will finally, now that we have the tech, now that, things have been streamlined, what can we do next?
True. Yeah. And I think video games just need that one movie, because that's how it was for like say comic books, like the MCU. Iron Man was that one movie, right?
It still holds up too.
Video games need just that one movie, and I think in our discussion today we'll find like what makes these qualities of these movies, like what can the video game movies learn from these movies that I'm about to list out to make a good movie. So to start off, I'm gonna start off with a movie that I just watched. Actually, I just recently watched. Have you seen Overlord?
No, and we went to go see another movie. It wasn't Into the Spider-Verse. It wasn't Incredibles. It was something in between that time period. We went to go see something at Regal Cinema, and I saw the poster for it, and I was like, oh, this isn't an anime adaptation. I was kind of sad. I was like, we're gonna have Ainz on the big screen.
You thought it was gonna, man,
there's a poster for it here at the Regal, and of course it wasn't. So I was like, I'm not as interested now.
I mean, that wouldn't be the craziest thing, because we're gonna have that Your Name movie.
Yeah, that
actually come out.
J.J. Abrams.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have something else that just recent. I don't know the information, so I'll just save it. Until I already
know this is gonna bomb. Bump it. Just go ahead.
Belay that.
Cut. So no. Let's look at the trailer for Overlord, and then we will come back with our thoughts.
Three months ago, I was cutting grass in my front yard. And the mailman shows up with a letter from the army. Now I'm here. No idea where I'm gonna end up.
Welcome to France.
What happened here? Some questions don't have good answers.
There's a lot of soldiers out there. There's only 4 of us.
Find out what's inside that compound. What is this?
A 1,000-year army. These 1,000-year soldiers.
What's behind that wall? What do you do with those people?
They have been given a purpose.
Speaking of J.J. Abrams, right? Like,
I was like, oh, well, speaking of, then.
Like, oh my gosh. But no, so like look at that. What all right, quiz time. What game would you think, like right off the bat looking at that?
Is that Wolfenstein inspired?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it is. Yeah, you would think like it's just inspired by Wolfenstein. It's not. But I mean, that literally is a Wolfenstein. People, if you haven't seen the trailer, go out and look for it. The movie's called Overlord, and it stars Jovan Adepo and Wyatt Russell as we have a black male lead in this in World War II, grief-stricken France. But no, this movie, like, it could play off as like an origin story to Wolfenstein. Like, right, with the whole kind of making zombie soldiers almost. There's a lot of weird, like, body horror transformation type things that go on here.
Yeah, I still want to know how people do stuff like this.
Right? No, and there's a part. So, I mean, we've both seen The Dark Knight, and you saw how, like, they did Two-Face's, like, face or whatever, and how that looks like how he talks and whatever. But, like, those scenes are kind of, like, few and far. But, well, there is a scene in the hospital, so you get to see a lot of up front. And it is really impressive. But here they have like a dude's face just like kind of rapidly decomposes before it starts healing, and it just, you can see like the red of his like mouth and whatnot. So it's really amazing like what they get to do with some of this stuff. Like it's all they're missing is a mechanical Hitler, like a big Hitler for you to fight, or like metal dogs. Like if this were to be like the start of like a Wolfenstein franchise, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's crazy how far the tech has come to be able to just do things like this, kind of like all the time. Like not always this type where, you know, we have like different types of skin or levels of skin. You know, flesh is gone. You know, half people. You know, like we have like the Terminator from like the 80s.
Yeah.
That showed, you know, exoskeletons, just exoskeletons, and now we have actual people whose faces are gone half the time. It's crazy how far they've really come.
I was watching, speaking of something like that, I was watching Ex Machina last night. I can't even think of her name now. Like you, I'm gonna drop it, but she actually comes back later in another movie we're gonna talk about. But no, I saw her, and like you can see like the parts where the actor is the actor, right? But then you have the other cybernetic parts, and you know the stuff that's clearly costume, but the stuff that is just, it isn't, like body replacement things. Like this is the stuff. That's the stuff I want to learn. Like I want to learn how to do that type of thing. But no, so that right there, like the elements of that, like it's, if somebody were to tell me tomorrow we're making a Wolfenstein movie, instantly a bad idea. Like stop. Like just stop where you are right now. But going in and watching this, not knowing anything, well, knowing a lot about it from the trailer, because the trailer told everything. But if somebody would, if it would have been like, haha, in the credits, Wolfenstein, this would have done it. It's fun. The characters are, you know, you standard good versus evil type of thing. I mean, they're Nazis, so what else are you gonna do with them, right? Not gonna be a good Nazi. But I mean, it's a simple story. It doesn't try to overcompensate for itself. It's just dumb fun, and I think that's what a Wolfenstein movie would kind of need. You know,
I feel that it seems like it would be a good way to be a successful movie too. You don't really have to, you know, quote unquote, try so hard. Yeah. But you know, you do the best of what you have to portray accurately what the source is. You know. Exactly. And from the trailer, yeah, I'm like, yeah, this could easily be a Wolfenstein video game adaptation, but maybe next time. Who knows? Maybe this will inspire somebody to be like, if enough people say something like this, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who said, hey, this looks like Wolfenstein. Maybe that'll inspire them to make a Wolfenstein movie. I don't know. Remains to be seen. Yeah, man. This was a whole entire mistake. This was a mistake. Welcome back to the show. And this is something the Tayo show used to do every time they say something uncouth. They was like, and we're back. So, but no, joining us on the show, another brother from another mother, Mr. Wydell Lynch, a.k.a. Wydiggles.
A.k.a. Obey Taku 17. Hit me up on PS4.
Oh my God! The plugs come later.
The plugs come.
This man immediately comes in and plugs himself. Notice my restraint.
You know, exactly.
I ain't even introduced myself as the god.
You did.
Did I?
Yes, you.
I thought that was off the mic.
Oh, was that off the mic?
Childish.
It might have been off the mic. That was off the mic.
He said,
that
"Did you
might have
swing
been
the
off
mic
the mic.
away from you and say it off the mic?"
No, I was just like passing it to you because I thought you were about to say something, but I was talking to him.
This was a mistake.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so glad we were finally doing this.
so here's what we're talking about though. We're to catch you up. We're talking about video game movies or movies that make better video game adaptations than video game adaptations would or do if they have one.
Can you please repeat that, Will?
So I'll go into our next movie and explain.
It'll
right?
become aware later.
So the next one I was gonna say was gonna be The Raid. Actually, next movie I was gonna talk about was The Raid, as a generic, sort of a cover-all for fighting games, right? But then I thought there's this movie that is just an excellent example of like a fighting game movie, and I think it could be easily an excellent example of a video game that we were talking about earlier that I came in late on, that I've never even got to play. And have you heard this movie called Blood and Bone?
That was with the black dude.
I don't think I have.
If you talk, you have to talk into the
It's
microphone.
with a black martial artist that I can't remember his name right now. He was in the
Michael
second-
Jai White.
Yes.
Yes. So this movie is pretty much about this guy who's out of prison, and he's kind of got this like mission from this guy that was in prison. Not like an actual like he's a soldier or anything, but it's like, hey, you know, if you ever get out, take care of my family type deal. And he does, and it involves him having to get into underground street fights. So let's take a minute to look at the trailer for Blood and Bone, and then we will be right back.
Have you seen?
They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
You got to the count of 5. This motherfucker talking to me. 5.
After 5 years inside, Isaiah Bone is back on the streets.
I have rules. No gangsters, no guns. This may not be the type of place that you're looking for.
This seems like just the kind of place I'm looking for.
And out for revenge.
You knew Danny.
He was my friend. Take care of my wife and my kid. That's the last thing he said before he died.
And the only way to get it
Looks like you need a new fighter.
What's so special about you?
is to fight.
Do it in time! Do it in time! God damn!
This guy's the real deal.
You ain't got my new fighter yet, huh?
Never seen anything like that before in my life. They call him Pretty Boy Price. He was already killed 4 men in the ring. You would have to work your way up the ranks to get in the ring with him.
I the one. And that's true. Any family?
Long time ago.
You, my friend, should learn the fine art of subtlety.
$5 million. I have a fighter. I want to fight with your pretty boy.
Have your man ready.
He'll be ready. And if I don't fight, you are in that fight. Somebody's gonna be dead. Your son is alive, and I know where he is.
You're my white knight here to save me from the tower.
Well, I don't know about white knight. I don't like people to say no to me. Maybe you should get used to it.
You and me, partner, no doubt. So what's your name?
Call me Bone.
Blood and Bone.
I'm not sure I approve of the company you keep, Mr. Bone.
Me neither.
All right. So the game that kind of like that this could be sort of based off that this movie could have been adapted into or adapted from to me is Def Jam Icon, which is people, if you don't know, if you've never played that game before, is like rap artists fighting each other. I never got to play the game, but apparently these two have.
That is an amazing game. Like, go Shakis.
Yes, it is.
Like I'm talking about you watching BET. You're like, no, I don't want to watch BET anymore because you can go and basically what's the old cartoon TV show, like the old claymation TV show that used to come on?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is all it is with your favorite rappers, but all bucked out on steroids.
So like our regular rappers.
No, because you got Lil Wayne. He was a little nigga. out in the world. But in that video game, he stood taller than all of them.
Oh, he's the big dog. Okay, all right, okay.
Everybody got Tim's on.
Everybody did have Tim's on.
No. Let's get this correct. Everybody had lugs on. Shout out to Floyd. What was it? Oh, Flex. It was a rapper. Oh God, fuck it. I can't even remember now.
Got Blade.
Just drop it on the floor. Drop it on the floor. If you don't know, if you can get your reference, drop it on the floor.
And then Snoop Dogg was like the main villain for one of the games.
Was he?
He was like for Fight for New York. He was like a pretty much he was pretty much a mob boss for the fighting rappers. He was like there was betrayals. The story ran deep, and it was awesome.
Elephant Man super move was crazy. Broke you every time because you go down to the Jamaican style bar and you're fighting in bars. You're fighting women. You're fighting everybody. You're beating the brat's ass. And
all right. And see, this like you're telling me this, and this is pretty much. It's not exactly Blood and Bone, but I mean, if you take like Blood and Bones, like if you take whoever directed that and be like, hey, take this movie, like take this game and make this movie. I feel like they could do it. I feel like they could make that movie because it's pretty much that, except, trade Snoop Dogg with a white guy who's kind of rich. No, actually, no, the villain of Blood and Bone was a black dude. Never mind. It was a black dude.
Albino guy.
Huh?
Or an albino, like in Black Thunder. I mean,
Black Lightning.
Oh, I apologize to everyone for this.
Go ahead and exit the show. Exit stage left.
Oh, God.
You messed it up for the culture.
I'm actually a white man.
Are you a 34-year-old white man named Jim?
I wonder what IPAs they have on tap.
I wonder what I would do after this show. I apologize for pretending to be a black African American.
A black African American, yes. You are the worst human being.
Oh my God.
But no, like that's like honestly any fighting. Like we were talking about Unleashed during the trailer. Okay. Like the person that made that probably gonna make a Street Fighter movie. And here's my thing with that. Talking about Street Fighter because now we're just going on the bad adaptations. That movie is so bad, but they were two horrible Street Fighter movies. You remember the second one?
Oh, was that the Chun-Li one?
Legend of Chun-Li.
Yes. That was a horrible movie.
It was
but
awful.
Just better graphics.
Which it's
like
an updated game.
When you yeah.
It was like they went from the PS2 era or the PS1 era to PS4 and
what
it's like
Street
it's
Fighter
still
first come
good.
out on?
NES?
NES?
Arcade? I think it might have came out like as an arcade game. Arcade Fighter
you got
before it was
NES versus Sega Saturn.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
Right.
But then you have like better, and this is another example of that, better people doing it online. Like they had Machinima had those web series. I think it was Machinima anyway, like the Street Fighter Legacy, Legend of the Fist, and whatnot. People, this is audio pocket. You can't see what's going on, but this man Shakis was trying to just very gently move the mic over to him to say something, and the microphone just dropped. And at the same time that the microphone dropped, his face also dropped. Like, well, that's my whole entire life. That was awful.
Technology just does not agree with me. That is just the end all be all of that.
That's where apparently in that one. But what were you gonna say?
I was prepping for when the conversation gravitated to what I would have to say.
No, stop playing. What are you doing? You're such a child. But no, yeah. So you made me forget what I was gonna say. But no,
mic stand did.
the mic stand ruined the whole show. But no, so that's. I hate you so much.
So my joke wasn't as funny as the mic stand dropped. But your face, your whole expression dropped as well as Shakis.
So anyway, talking about the next movie that we're gonna talk about. Have you okay? So can I host my show?
And the ball has been dropped.
Right? Oh my gosh! So, oh my gosh! So next movie that we have on tap is actually a Jason Statham movie. Which Jason Statham? What are y'all laughing about now?
Because you said the next movie we have on tap.
The next movie that we have on tap. I wasn't doing the joke, but now people think I am. Timing. But the next movie that we have on tap is a Jason Statham movie. One that I don't think a lot of people seen, but it was good enough to get a sequel. The Mechanic. And we're going to look at that trailer right now, and then we're going to talk about the game that best represents.
What I do requires a certain mindset. I do assignments, designated targets. Some jobs need to look like accidents. Best jobs are the ones nobody ever knows you were there.
There's no one better than you, you know. You're a damn machine. You need someone to watch your back.
This wouldn't be about Steven, now would it? He's your son.
Damn disappointment. Always has been, always will be.
Harry McKenna sold this company out.
It must be a mistake.
You know how this company works, Mr. Bishop. He had to be removed.
Sorry about your father.
It was a loss for both of us.
I want to know what you know,
Go online. It's all on the internet.
but I don't want to read it. I want to do it.
Follow me. You know what a mechanic is?
A hitman.
Time to take your training to the next level.
So what's the plan now?
Time to finish the job.
Pretty impressive, huh?
Those were my best teams. Guess I'll have to send more.
Save the fuel. We're coming for you.
You think you can get to me before I get to you?
I already have.
Do it.
All right. Now, the game that most makes me think of is Hitman. It is straight up a Hitman game. Like the way that Jordan that I forgot his name now. What is his?
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. I literally
I thought you were talking about the other dude.
forgot his name.
I'm not the only white dude in here.
What would a white dude? what?
The ball has been dropped once more.
Once again, we gotta stop. And we're back. So no, but I mean, Jason Statham pretty much is Agent 47 down to the way that he doesn't talk. He barely has no personality. To the way that he gets his kills done. There's like really impressive assassinations in the movie The Mechanic. Whereas we've had two Agent 47 movies, like two Hitman based movies. And the first one with Timothy Olyphant is okay. Like it is literally just okay. But the second one might as well have been directed by Michael Bay. With its over-the-top action, explosions. Explosion. Like, there's a part where it almost mimics the scene where Nicolas Cage is dancing at the beginning of Face Off in the church outfit. And he's just, like, dancing around in his, like, pastor clothes or what the fuck ever. There's almost, like, a crazy scene where Agent 47 just in the middle of traffic doing something with like grappling hooks or something if my memory is correct. It's just over the top insane and nothing like the Hitman games. You know? Like it completely misses the point, whereas The Mechanic does not.
It's all about stealth, man.
It
and
is.
stealing
That's
people's
all
clothes.
the game is. Stealth.
Wydell, I'm gonna tell you one more time. If you want to talk, do it on the mic.
That was more of a background conversation. It wasn't really out in the
Guess
open.
what? We're on a show. There
I'ma
is
bring
no
another mic
background.
down here.
Then
So anyway, back to what we were talking about for Hitman, and we're back.
You got to start with the "if you're back" or "and we're back" thing. That's the lead in.
So what do you guys think?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It literally looks like a Hitman movie. And I'd have to see the full thing because the Hitman Agent 47's trailer was. I was like, this will be okay. It could be really good, depending on what they actually didn't show in the trailer, which of course they showed everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a while since I even seen Agent 47, but the ending definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, I did not like this at all.
So the whole thing about like Agent 47, the movie, the second one at least, they had like Zachary Quinto, which people, if you don't know who Zachary Quinto is, he's the person that plays Spock in the new Star Trek series. He was pretty much a main cast character on Heroes and things. He was an anti-Agent 47, like agent, like another Agent 47 or something like that.
Even more emotionless 47.
Yeah, it was like, why do you? There's this thing where in movies like, we have the good character who is this thing. Let's also make a bad character like Iron Man. You have to have the Ironmonger. Or for Captain America, there's a Red Skull. For Agent 47, there's
Agent 48.
Agent, right? Practically.
I'm gonna keep this 100. I honestly thought that is that the same guy from Heroes?
Yeah.
That
played Skylar. Sylar. What?
Sylar.
Let's not pretend like Heroes didn't get canceled.
Let's not pretend like the first 3 seasons weren't fire.
Let's not pretend like
the first.
I watched the first 3 seasons.
Oh, well, damn. Well, let's just go to first 2 because the 3rd season when they were at the carnival, that's when shit got crazy.
I haven't seen Heroes in so long that I've forgotten everything. The only thing I remember about that movie is Hayden Pantene Provine.
You're childish.
And she's fine. So
I thought it was a series, not a movie.
What?
You said movie.
Childish about that.
Oh, so he's just being you're just being whole childish.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. I was being very serious.
Over there, Hayden Pantene.
It's a series.
I know
you do.
I know.
That's why I said it won't even know. See, I'm not gonna go for nonsense either.
But did you? Speaking of another tangent, did you see the spinoff? Since you love Heroes so much, did you ever watch the Heroes Reborn or whatever?
I started it, but it didn't grab me like the first 2 seasons. It was just like, all right, guys, you did it the first time. Ain't no time. No use of bringing everybody back.
Exactly.
Just to kill them off again.
Absolutely no reason
Spoilers.
for that. Spoilers. It's awful. All right, but the next one that I have up, this one's gonna be. It's not even a stretch, but it's actually a horror movie that isn't really. Wydell's head popped up so fast. So fast. Stay right there. You can bother me this whole time. You stay your butt right there. Wydell doesn't like horror movies.
Dude, I don't like horror movies either.
He is a baby. So this movie.
I'm not a baby. I was just terrified.
You a baby.
Terrorized as a child.
You a baby.
Scars.
Bars.
Just deep. Scars. Just the deepest voice. Scars.
Right?
Like, oof.
But no, this movie. We're gonna take a listen to the trailer, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna tell you what game this makes me think of.
My name is Scarlett Marlowe, and I'm a student in urban archaeology.
370 feet beneath this point is a hidden chamber
that might contain a critical missing piece of our history.
How are we supposed to get down there?
Catacombs. There are 200 miles of tunnels right underneath our feet.
They're holding the remains of 6 million corpses.
Stop. This is the Empire of the Dead.
These are human bones.
We go through here?
Let's do it.
Keep slow and steady, yeah?
I think I'm stuck.
Just breathe with me, please. It's okay.
What was that?
Is everyone okay?
What the hell do we do now, huh?
We can't go back. We should just keep moving. Tell me we didn't just go in a circle.
It's exactly the same.
No, everything's upside down.
What happened to the entrance?
Wait, there's something here.
Oh my God.
What the hell is this?
When I was a kid, we had a piano that looked exactly like this. I used to play it all the time. The A4 key was messed up.
According to mythology, that's the inscription over the gates of hell. And they shall be made to crawl on their bellies to enter the kingdom of darkness.
Did you hear that?
Is somebody there?
What's happening to us? Dad?
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault!
All right, so that movie, ladies and germs, reminds me, and it's the only, unlike our other movies where you can probably just look at the trailer and be like, oh, I instantly get it. But this is a movie that it wasn't until like the last few minutes of the movie, and it's a found footage horror movie, so the last 30 minutes are like the scariest part of the whole. You're in a haunted house carnival ride, but it takes a turn, and it's like Tomb Raider. Like, you have your main female lead drag this camera crew into the Paris catacombs, and of course everything goes wrong. Yeah, but then she lives and pretty much runs back the other way, like to survive out of like full Laura Croft style. Like, she punches a monster in the face and just like, I'm out here. Like, it's amazing. It is a really great found footage horror movie and a really great Tomb Raider movie.
How is it that you feel about the Tomb Raider movies that have came out, and how would they
in comparison to this? Here it is. I wanted to avoid this. I hate Angelina Jolie. Like, okay, let's talk about this. I hate Angelina Jolie.
I forgot she was.
That's
Laura
right.
Croft.
You forgot she was a
I forgot
whole
she was
Laura
Laura
Croft.
Croft.
I didn't, because I see her in my nightmare. She is a lizard person with a lizard person's face. And I just really have an unbridled hate for that woman, and I don't know why. It's not fair. I ain't met her. She ain't done nothing to me. But everybody's like, oh, she's the world's most prettiest woman. She's so beautiful. I'm like, no, you're not. Shut up. Stop
I feel
it.
about that about Megan Fox. She destroyed Transformers for me.
She did destroy Transformers. Also, Michael Bay destroyed Transformers.
I was gonna say she was not the only reason Transformers was a fail.
Destroyed Transformers.
No, but she also destroyed Ninja Turtles for me, so I can't really.
Ninja Turtles.
That's not also
destroyed
Michael
Ninja
Bay.
Turtles.
Yes, we know Michael Bay destroyed a lot of movies.
Did I say Michael Bay? I said Ninja Turtles destroyed Ninja Turtles. People weren't on that from the jump from seeing the trailer and seeing what the turtles look like. I liked it, but
I wasn't for it. I'll have to give it a chance.
You haven't seen it, have you?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, we gotta watch it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
He hasn't seen the old
Christ,
turtle
child.
movies.
I haven't.
You have.
Nah.
After that,
We're gonna enter the ooze.
We're gonna enter the ooze.
Enter the ooze.
And this nigga just go ahead throwing me all the way under the bus.
All the way. he
Just
he
whole
kicked
ass.
you back. He as above, so below you. So,
motherfucker.
But no, like the other Tomb Raider movies, man, they are kind of true to the old video games where they're just over the top and crazy. They're bad movies, and they're like the first one at least is an okay game adaptation, and the later one that came out, the one that came out in 2018, is also a good movie. Well, it's an okay movie, and it actually is a good adaptation
Of the newer
of the newer games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have yet to play the newer games, so it's just like all I remember is the old PlayStation games, and with that, it was just like drop. So
Play that.
Like, we were for real like that black grandmama in church. Like, come on, baby, you can do it.
All right, so the first movies, I feel like they came out before they were needed. It was just like kind of a rush to, oh snap, what can we make a movie about? Tomb Raider. Who can we get to play the part? Angelina Jolie. She looks like her.
That's what I mean. If you count in the pixelation, yeah, and the fact that the square pixel that was
they
Laura
wanted to
Croft's
find
face.
the hottest woman to play.
You're right. They wanted to find the most square pixel faced woman in Hollywood, and they did with Angelina Jolie. You're right. I hope this comes back. So what y'all don't know is that the Timewasters have like this list of celebrities that we've made angry at us: Ice Cube,
You've actually made people angry at you?
No, fool. Like this that we've talked about in the shows. That I feel like if they ever gets back to him, it's like the beef is on. Add Angelina Jolie. Yep.
I plan to be a director at one point in time in my life. So if I ever get you,
Angelina Jolie ain't ever gonna listen to
She
this.
won't. But I mean,
podcast.
hey,
Like, what you mean?
Hey,
you're never gonna ruin your opportunity that was never gonna come.
Anyway, you played a horrible part as a great game that I used to play a lot, especially the demo version when it was like a training course in the mansion. And then
the daggone shrubbery.
Yes.
And that old man butler will follow you around like a demon. I had the game on PC actually.
Okay.
And that was creepy as hell. I was like, why is this old man following me?
But the only thing that bothered me every time that I was playing the demo version is at the end of the demo, she's like, I think it's time for a swim. And you never get to watch it swim.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. What did you expect to see, Wydell?
Wow. He wanted those pixelated boobies.
Just go date Angelina Jolie.
Oof.
Bazinga.
Oh no, you hurt yourself on that one. All right, you played yourself. All right, last but not least that I got for you. We're gonna throw up this trailer right here, and when you hear this trailer, you're already gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Chill out. All right, so
Can't jump the gun.
we're gonna play this trailer, and we're gonna be back with you in just a few seconds.
It's time to get lit. They're still on us. These guys are taking this personal.
You were only supposed to create a diversion, Roman.
That was complete destruction. What you want from me? I'm Roman Pierce, man. It's what I do. Phase 2. Phase 2? What's phase 2? Bounds away. Holy shit.
You know what I like about you, Dom? You're a genuine outlaw, but you're family.
The hell of a job, brother. When we get back to the base, beer's on me.
He's about to go up against the only thing they can't handle. You. Did you ever think you'd betray your family the way you did today?
Dominic Toretto just turned on us.
Well. You look at that.
I don't know why he's doing this, but that wasn't Dom.
She's the very definition of high-tech terrorism. And now, she's working with your guy.
I think I found my team.
This should be interesting.
You want to play like that?
Ouch.
This is impossible.
Which is why you're gonna need a little help.
I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
We about to go all like. Oh, it took longer than I expected. If you're gonna catch Dom, you guys are gonna work together.
Surprise.
I just fell in love. I've been waiting for this. We got a tank. Let's roll.
Laying back in the cut like that.
Here they come.
I don't know if the old Dom is in there. I don't give a damn. I'm taking you down. Toretto, let's play.
Why are they shooting at me?
I don't know, maybe because you're in an orange Lamborghini?
Shut up, Cash.
Switch it up, like.
Switch it, speaker box blast. Speaker box blast, go rat-tat-tat-tat. In fact, we about to go all like.
Oh, shit! We're gonna need a bigger truck.
Dom! You gonna turn your back on family?
It's like the whole side of his face too. Like, when he
it
on the
wasn't even
lips,
his
it was
lips.
just like,
It was like, oh god, that was nasty.
This is a
They
weird
should've
way to
put a
kill
warning
somebody.
on that.
But no, like, okay, immediately, guys, what game are we thinking here?
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed, right?
100%.
One like a billion%. Need for Speed. And the thing is, like, what's crazy is that that's kind of always been the case. Need for Speed is the same way. The way I feel about Need for Speed and Fast and Furious is the same way I feel about Resident Evil and their movies. Where the games start off reasonably enough, get crazy. The movies start off reasonably enough, get crazy. And then the movies just started like losing their mind, and the games just kind of followed suit and also lost their mind. And like the Fast and Furious started off reasonable, like, oh, this is about us stealing DVDs and stuff, and now they're fighting a lady that can control cars over Wi-Fi. Like, her Wi-Fi connection is the strongest in the world, apparently. She's controlling Russian subs, you know? But the thing is, like, Need for Speed's kind of following suit, where the series that started off pretty much like Cops and Robbers has now basically become a a Fast and Furious movie. Like, if you watch the trailer for the latest game, Need for Speed Payback, it's pretty much
the last Fast and Furious.
kind of the last. Well, not the last Fast and Furious. I'd say more between like Fast and Furious 5 and 6.
Jesus Christ.
Because it feels like, all right, you know what, people? I'm gonna pull up real quick the trailer for Need for Speed Payback, if I can talk. And you know what? Like, tell me what you think. You know? Oh god, that was a mistake. All right, we'll be right back.
We were a crew, and she left us with nothing. We are gonna end this, starting now.
Get me close to him, and I'll take care of the rest.
This guy does not want us touching his cargo.
There's something much bigger going on here. Jump! Get down!
Hey, Matt. You built this all yourself?
An artist can turn any scrap into a supercar.
This crew right here, that's the future.
We own these streets, Tyler, and the house always wins.
Well, not tonight it didn't.
So what I want to start off on by saying, so we just crashing cars now? We just running head collisions?
Yeah, they had that in the last Need for Speed game. Wanted, I think it was. No, I didn't play the last one.
Wanted was a great game.
The one before the last one, because the last one had like live action.
It was like Cops or something?
Yeah, Most Wanted.
No, Most Wanted came.
PS2, right?
Yeah, it was on. I had it on the game.
Well, you know, I don't have that information in front of me, so I'm not gonna just go back.
Belay that.
Yeah, we're just gonna belay that. Yeah. And
right.
we're back.
So another game that you could also put with Fast and Furious, and they're different movies unless you do watch them in order, would have to be Midnight Club. Because you had Midnight Club Los Angeles, which would be the
Talking to the mic.
Midnight Club Los Angeles, which would be the first Fast and the Furious movie. Then you got...
I'm mad I said talking to Mike. You did talking to Mike. Then you look right back at me and then talking to Mike.
That's why I'm talking to the mic.
Don't look at me. Just talk to the mic. I can hear you. You don't need to look me
I know
in my
what the
eyes.
mic is. That's why I'm talking into it while looking at him.
Look, man, you used to having long things in your face. Just talking to it.
Wow, you're disrespectful. This is this kind of show now?
Will you stop fondling the mic?
Oh my
Hey.
goodness.
He's used to fondling big black things.
Never mind.
He was about to say mine.
The fuck?
So anyway, yes.
And we're back.
Again.
I hate you guys. So each game, matter of fact, I have it pulled up. We're gonna just drop this. You got Midnight Club Los Angeles, which is basically the first two Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And then you got Midnight Club Dub Edition. That's when everything went fucking crazy, and they wanted to soup up everything to make it stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Dub Edition 3. No, Midnight Club 2. Then you got Street Racing
See,
Club.
he got it
Like,
in front of him
it's
and he messed
many.
up.
All right. You got Midnight Club, Los Angeles, which was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Midnight Club 2. Shut up, nigga. Then Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. And then they went back to Midnight Club Street Racing. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Midnight Club LA Remix.
At this point, you're just listing out the Midnight Club games. Do you have...
We have Fast and the Furious 1, Fast and the Furious 2, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and the Furious...
Whatever.
No, the fact.
Now you just listen out the Fast and Furious movies.
I'm dealing with the nonsense. I hate you guys. I'm done.
I just want to know what your point is.
My point is they're unrelated unless you play them all in order on both seats.
So anyway, so
yeah, that Midnight game, not Midnight.
Now
Goddamn,
you
Need
think
for
about
Speed,
it.
the Need for Speed Payback. Yeah, that was a Fast and Furious movie right there. Oh, good.
Now the streets are ours, Tyler.
Like what? The cars aren't driving themselves anymore. They have people in them.
Well, that's been happening since the first PS4. Actually, no, there was a dude in the other games, in the game like in the PS3 era.
Had sunglasses on.
Yeah, there was starting to be like a story or whatnot going on. It wasn't this in depth, you know.
We were driving Transformers that did not. They were using a holographic driver. Like that's all it was.
A dooba dabba dooba da.
I hate you, nigga. Yeah.
But no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
I had to think.
every time my joystick moved, my tire wheels would move. So it's
Mhm.
not I was driving the steering wheel guy. It was I was driving my car, and then the steering wheel guy would just happen to be.
You know, like he's just doing it. And there's no effect on the car.
I'm moving my hands like I'm driving the steering wheel.
But no, in GTA 5, it's kind of the same thing. Well, not the same thing. It's actually really shows how well GTA 5 is made. That if you were to do it in like first person view and you look down at your hands and you move this like your joystick back and forth, your character in the game will actually just be like, all right, like, it'll move where your joystick moves. It's actually really funny. But no, those are mine that I think like would make better video game adaptation movie. Like if you maybe gave it like if James Wan were to make the Need for Speed movie, and for the fact I do know there was a Need for Speed movie, you know, with Paul, whatever his name is. Paul Walker, for real? In the Need for Speed movie? Okay, there you go. I'm glad. That big oof.
Big oof.
Why did it look like he wanted to
moment
fight me
silent, please.
so hard, and then he's just like, oh no. The realization slowly creeped on your face, and that's what made that moment right there. But no, those are mine. What do you guys have? Like, we don't have a lot of time left in the show, but what do you have? Do you have any? I know this will be more for you than will be for you, Shakis, but
yes, I'm a little behind.
This man say you never watched a movie before. What I tell you?
You never watched a movie before in your life. I apologize. I love you still, but you don't watch movies. You talk about them.
Shit.
You can't fight this man. Don't me.
I mean, but
I am, as we say, a jack of all trades. I delve into all different
anime series,
media formats. Movies, anime, manga, video games, some movies, but I'm just not as experienced as the two.
Name 5 cult classics that you know of.
Jaws, Pulp Fiction.
Jaws isn't a cult classic. It's a classic.
That's all I had anyway.
Did you say Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, that's a cult classic.
Is it a cult classic?
That's
It's
a
not.
cult classic.
I can see it not being
Because
popular
you
when
have
it came
like
out.
that's a cult classic.
Well, it has to be a cult classic if it like bombed, and then like a following came afterwards.
Oh,
So like,
I think is that what makes a cult classic a cult classic?
yeah, like where it doesn't have like it didn't succeed, and like a niche following comes afterward. I could be wrong, but tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But if you know, it might be like where a small niche group of people come in later and make a fan base out of the film. So like Goblin or Goblin,
Well, hold on.
which makes it a cult classic. It's like Pet Sematary, I think, wasn't very popular in its initial release, but became popular later.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Throw us a list of top 5, Wydell.
Gremlins, maybe.
Definitely was a cult classic.
Yeah.
Just because everybody followed after with, and then you had the Furby line coming out with their own gizmo. And everybody was like, oh shit. 90s was, yeah.
Maybe. But I think that's it. That's our show. I mean, people, tell us in the comments what you think are some good movies that you've seen that like, oh my God, that'll make a great this game movie. If you can, if you follow anything I've said. I've confused everybody that's been on this topic.
Or a great game that you think would also make a great movie.
Honestly, that could be another show where like this X game, but I think that's too much. Like almost every game nowadays are trying to mimic movies. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk
peanut
about
butter
that
to
off mic.
jelly. They both go hand in hand.
We'll talk about that off
And they
mic.
make a great
So thank you for listening to this episode of Chit Chat. Thank you, Shakis.
Sometimes just gotta take it
You
away.
gotta take it away. Sometimes you gotta stop him.
I'll have my own mic next time.
And if he's back
Shit,
next
if
time.
you even here on time next time.
Exactly. So thank you for watching this episode of Chit Chat. Please do like, favorite, subscribe wherever you listen to this. Make sure you subscribe to the show. I'm gonna give my plugs before you guys give yours because I am the host. But no, make sure that you check us out on all of Timewasterz things, all of Production 1200 things. We both have. There are YouTube channels for both. There are Facebook pages for both. If you like films, go check out Production 1200. If you like video games, go check out Timewasterz. Make sure you come out on Wednesdays where we go live at 7 o'clock with the Timewasterz team stream. And sometimes Saturdays when we do random stuff. You never know what's going to happen. The only way you're going to know is if you hit that follow button and ring that bell for them notifications. All right, man, where can, Wydell's next? Where can they find you on the interwebs?
Wow, well, thanks for asking me, Trae. I'm glad you finally gave me my shout out time. Follow me friend me on PlayStation 4 at Obey_Taku17. Not giving y'all any other handles until I play against y'all because I don't like to be friends with noobs.
Oh, wow. All right.
When was the last time you even played your PS4? That's just because you were playing Spider-Man.
When you failed to get out of the museum area of Spider-Man. All right, Shakis, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find me also on PSN at Setsuna_Strife13. You can also find me and another group of us at The Scrub Show at YouTube, Facebook. We also handle, video games, manga, anime, just general discussions about things. Gonna be rotating to Twitch soon, so stay tuned. Follow us for some Kingdom Hearts 3 and some other upcoming games. Finger guns.
Also, I'm at a crossroad right now. Should I join Timewasterz or the Scrubs? Hit me with your comments below.
This man didn't receive no offers.
He received 0 offers.
How you draft yourself onto
the game? Even picked up an application.
Actually, both of you have asked me to do this 2 summers ago.
I know. And then you fell off the face of the earth.
I did.
You went to go wander the world like Kane from Kung Fu.
Upsetting.
You come in today and you just
I regret my
every
decisions.
line. I regret mine too. All right, people, thank you for listening and goodbye.
So, some people say the cucumbers taste better pickled.
What?
Huh?